What is this like for your husband who knew you before this success? Is it wild for him?
I think it is. I think it is because, my husband spent 22 years at General Motors. And for me, I was at General Motors too. And for me to quit and say, hey, it's just something in his comedy. He's like, oh, fuck, Pat, can you just keep a job? And when I tell him all the time, I say, in the beginning, you didn't believe him. He said, you telling the damn lie. I said, he said, nobody's going to listen to the fucking chicken house jokes you got. So, but he's very supportive. He take care of the home. And, he don't come see me a lot. But in the beginning, Joe, it was his credit card and his paycheck that allowed me to go out and make $100 a night. So many times I maxed out that man's credit card. So many times I fucked up his credit. But it's my dream. He should have been left my ass.
But for you to make that dream while you had a husband and a family and children, it's so difficult to do when you're a 21-year-old kid just going to open mic nights.
Yeah.
For you to be able to do that and to chase it down and make it successful, that's a real American success story, because it's a hard thing to do while you have a family, to just get out to the clubs every night, because you got to start at open mic nights.
Yeah.
And you got to get that stage time.
It's sacrifice. I sacrificed a lot, and so did my family. One thing, my daughter, because I have custody of my niece, 4 kids now. I've had them for 10 years, and my career started to get a little bit of buzz while I was in Indiana, and my daughter was going to go to Howard University, which is a HBCU, but she instead was like, I'm not going to leave my father here with these 4 kids that, because my niece left him, she was on drugs. So she chose to go to Indiana State. And so sacrifices like that went all through my family. My son decided to go to college locally because he didn't want to leave my husband there with all the kids. At the time, the baby was 15 months old when the mama left. She's 9 now. She's 10 now. So, I just thank my family for even being there, and my husband for putting up with bullshit. He was like, that's all you made was $50, $200, $300. Shit, the plane ticket was $600. Well, I made $400 of our dollars back. Pat, you're losing. I said, but it's something here. You just got to be patient.
Wow. When did he come around? When did he realize?
I tell you when he realized. When Cat Williams, the first time Cat Williams called me for to go on his tour. And he said, well, this bitch might be funny.
How did Cat Williams see you?
He was at an agency. Can't remember the agency, but his guy called and said, I had just signed with that agent, and he was looking for a black woman, and I sent over a little clip, and they picked me. Wow. I was blown away. I was like, I'm on tour with Cat Williams. I done made it.
So what year was this?
When he did the tape, Catapocalypse, right after all of that other stuff, when he was like at the height. So I did the next DVD called Catapocalypse. I don't remember what year. Early 2006, maybe 7.
When he was doing the Pimp Chronicles.
It was at the Pimp Chronicles.
That Cat Williams, he's one of the best comics ever.
Yes, he is.
And
the nicest.
During that time period, especially when he was hot, when he was coming out hot.
Yes.
That New Year's show they did with Steve Harvey. Did you ever see that show when he went on after Steve Harvey and shit all over him? He does it. He mimics him sliding across the floor and kicking him in the balls. He goes, I'm a little motherfucker. I fight dirty. Say all this crazy shit. He was funny, man. Oh, my God.
He still is.
It's very funny. But like when he came out, he was so unique. Like his delivery method is so unique. The way he dresses and...
Nobody was doing what Cat Williams doing. Now everybody's trying to do.
Yeah, but that's really him.
That is really him. Very intelligent too. I'm quite sure you've talked to him. I was like, God damn, this man's smart.
There's a couple things that I took from him. I saw an interview from him once, and one of the things that he said, I never eat before a show. He goes, you never want to have a show with a full stomach.
Why?
Because it takes away resources. Because if your body's digesting food, you have less energy. It's just, that's real. That's like fighters. Fighters don't go into the ring with a full stomach.
No wonder I'm sleepy at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. So I was like, that's smart. Because sometimes I'm just hungry and I eat. But now I'm like, no, I need like a lot of time to digest food. And then he also said he has a music playlist that he listens to before shows that it just like gets in the mood. I go, that's smart, because a lot of times I want to hear music, but I don't. I haven't brought anything with me. And then when I started doing shows with Chappelle, Dave always brings his music. He always brings like a
Black comedians always have music.
big Bluetooth. He has these big JBL boombox Bluetooth, and these fucking, they look like cannons. And he takes those. We had 2 of them, and he would sync them up, put them on either side of the room, and they sync together. I was like, that's the way to do it. So I took that from him too, because like he had an approach to like how he prepare for a show. He's like, I'll have one drink, I'll get loosened up, I'll have this playlist I listen to. But I thought about it after listening to that interview. I'm like, I don't have like a thought process behind like preparing for a show, and now I do. Now I have a playlist we listen to in the green room before the show.
What you listen to?
Oh, everything. I got a lot of 90s hip hop in there.
Okay.
I like for some reason like angry 90s like Cool G rap gets me going before a show. A lot of Wu-Tang's in there, a lot of classic rock, like Peter Frampton's in there, some AC/DC in there, some country music in there. It's all mixed up. I got Liz Phair in there, some Johnny Cash in there.
I listen to Lotto, the rapper Lotto. Given is Given.
Yeah.
That's what I come out to. So
Oh, nice.
she really gets me in the mood. And I like Carly B. Carly B always get me in the mood. So them 2 is probably who I got in my ear. If I want to be laid back, I put on a little Beyonce, but a little Fantasia, but mostly Carly B and Lotto if I'm about to go on stage.
Yeah, you want something that gets you going. Yeah.
And they really get you going.
Yeah.
They get me going, even if I'm on a treadmill.
There it is.
Don't make me say it twice, bitch. I said what I said. Things I don't need, that's a nigga or it's brick. Sit me like some high
That's what I come out to. I come out to her every fucking night. I can walk by that girl and I know who the fuck she is.
That's hilarious.
Working at the radio station done got me into like hip hop and listening to, new artists, and I'm like, oh, I like that shit. And who is this? So I discovered her working at V103, and I was like, okay. And they be like, Mom, my kids be like, Mama, that's been out. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I just found her this week. I like her.
I'm way behind the times. I have to learn from my kids what's in, like what's famous, what's funny, what's good.
I don't think kids know good shit like we used to know good shit.
It's a different world. Well, one of my kids does. One of my kids is into like older music. She's in Nirvana right now. Like, she gets on these kicks of like older music.
My daughter Gabriana is into everything.
Yeah.
She know everything going on in the world, all types of music, no matter where it came from, how it was made. She know every fucking thing. If I want to know something, I'll be like, Gabriana, tell Mama this right here.
See, the thing is, like, most people, where are they getting their music from? Are they getting it from like Spotify recommends or Apple Music recommends? Because like the amount of people that are getting their music from the radio is less than probably ever before.
Probably just hip shit. YouTube, probably just hip shit that comes out all the time. Every time somebody drop an album,